Oh yeah, that's right. Said we was gonna do it from over here. I don't know if I'm gonna eat these or not. Bam. It's a little bit better for you. So you want me?
So we look crazy.
It be like that sometimes. But I can't control the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna let you keep this one all day, man.
That's right.
Like I say, I think people get tired of me.
That. You ready? What's happening? What's happening on this good Sunday morning?
Sunday morning.
Yeah, dig. Jay Cutter, T the Chef, In the Know podcast. We're trying to spread a little sunshine on this rainy day. You dig what I'm saying? Up early, getting at it. You know, doing all right today, bro?
Yes, sir.
Good, man. Good.
We had to have a little meeting there, brought to you by the great folks at House.
Yeah, I could looking out on the breakfast.
You looking at on breakfast.
Cause it was that deal.
Now it's got me sleeping.
I know, I'm full as a tickle asthma over here. That makes sense.
What? Gotta get to it today.
Today, it's gonna be kind of like the Haney fight last night. Real short, sharp punches today.
Gotcha.
We're dealing with commitment among men towards women. Okay, we're gonna deal with our side of the commitment pool and in relationships because usually when you sit and talk about relationships, you find out what a woman is and her emotional kind of range is where the relationship is because the men really aren't in on that. So today we're going to break that and let you know that men do need a lot more than you think we do. Just because a lot of us are still finding out how to show it, it's still a need for it. You see what I'm saying? So, first thing is why we as men struggle in finding and keeping our relationships. What are some of the things you think why men may struggle in finding and keeping our relationships? Because the finding part is very, very important because a lot of the times we find the wrong thing. But we find something good about it because we get either comfortable with them or we don't want to put the effort into finding exactly who we need. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times men settle in relationships in a lot of areas just due to the comfortable nature of the person towards them that they've established. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then
What you think about that?
I think some of that comes from just your environment, and especially like that coming up. So, like there are guys that I seen that their mom catered to their dad, and when I say cater, I mean like you not working, she doing everything, but she taking care of everybody. So when later to see those same guys grow up, this is exactly how they run their houses.
Mm-hmm.
And what make it all crazy is I'm looking at them, the grown up version of them, and it's like, dude, you done had like 3 or 4 babies with this lady, and you still won't tie the knot. It's because I think they scared of it's gonna change in a sense when I'm married type deal. And as long as the woman is putting forth the effort to make you guys shine and make sure the house is, she doing her beyond her part to me, uh, to make sure you guys. I mean, why? Why would I, in a sense? And it ends up breeding the way you look at females that you come across. So now, the next, if he was to ever come out of this one, he's gonna be looking for somebody that's going to take care of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? So, and it's twofold these days because you got women who still know how to cater and take care of themselves, their children, and their spouse or significant other, and then you got those that's gonna look at a relationship just like you looking at a relationship. Hey man, look here, boom bam, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that level is, I think it's just something that's internal. You got to look at it and really understand: do you want to waste time getting the bare minimum? So you can tell people, yeah, I got somewhere to lay my head. I'm in a relationship type deal, or is it that you wanna put everything on the table? True enough, all of us done been hurt. We done been drugged by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And so that whole thing about it is, I don't trust nobody. Well, I tell you like this, dog. If you don't trust nobody, and when I say this, it may come across crazy, but if you don't trust nobody, there's no reason for you to be out here fucking raw.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're going to get something out of that.
Yeah. Well,
you get what I'm saying?
That goes into the finding. Yeah. So that's part of the finding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, okay, but what you were saying, like a cat may have 2 or 3 kids with a person.
Right.
But still haven't fully committed. My problem with this is, okay, we lose in the finding of the woman. See, you lost when you forgot about the value of a child. See, this is the thing. We really act like children. We basically equate them to numbers. But think about it. You're combining bloodlines. You're combining mentalities. You're combining upbringings. You're combining ways of thinking. See, people are silly with what they complain about, especially as men. Well, my baby mama hell, but no, you knew she was hell before she just had a nice ass. Problem is this: start putting that stuff in the right categories, and we can stop worrying about a lot of the problems that come afterwards. So, yeah, we're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
So we'll agree that men are based on energy. Okay, it's one of the reasons why men look at each other in a certain way when another man enters a room, because we go off of energy, and we bring so much strength into a room when real dudes anyway. Ain't talking about ain't talking about them sideways cats, but the real cats that come into a room, real men bring in energy. So we look at our women in a similar fashion. Like, what kind of energy do you bring when you come in? Because, see, that's like, you can't miss a person if they don't have good energy. Because if you have bad energy, I don't miss you, I'm glad you're gone.
Right. Right.
And I wish you would have stayed a little longer. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like people kind of in relationships, they don't look at that factor a lot of times when you know, it's like folks really don't mind if you go out of town for a long time and could care less if you gone. You know what I'm saying? That you're not keeping up with your routine of communication and talking throughout it. You know what I'm saying? But you're really just like, glad this son is done left for a minute. My damn nerve. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
that goes back to,
you know what I mean?
it's and I seen some yesterday. And the lady was asking the question. She was like, why do men stay in a relationship like that where you got either multiple children or just with somebody so long without the marriage part of it? But then as soon as that's over with, in 6 to 8 months, you already proposed and, you know, working towards marriage with somebody else. And I'm looking at the comments, and most of them are coming from females. But one dude chimed in and he said just like this: first of all, what female gonna stay through that? You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at her side too. And when you get women to really get back to, hey, this is what I want in a relationship, instead of just having somebody to tag along with you, just so you can have a male companion, then I think honestly it will change. But if you make it like it's like free reign, and this dude ain't got no kind of set parameters here, then he look at it like it's free fall. Like, it's like whatever. You know, but the thing about it is, you, like I say, we can go back to it, but to me, it's just internal. There's something that's got to kick in and be like, okay, you know what? I like this female. You know what I mean? And you have to have that talk and that dialogue, because some ways, you know, some people meet, you know, it may be from the club, you out, you know, drinking and all that, and that may be the only things that you got in common.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That don't mean necessarily that make a great mate. Man, look at here. What's the use of you having fun? Fun now. We having fun all weekend. We wilding out, and then Monday your power get turned off.
Right.
Now we're gonna look at each other in the dark. So you got to know how a person carries themselves. Yeah, it's okay to, you know, meet them. We might go out, you know, see what they about.
Yeah.
And then don't be so quick to just lay down with them, man. Because like you said, that's energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then on top of that, when you really look at males, some of us can be real shallow as far as, you know, I got to have the one with the big butt, this, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but that come with a whole different level of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
But what's all that mean if you toxic?
Right.
Like, if you ain't bringing me no peace, dog,
But
that's that.
But that's the key, though. Maybe that dude is toxic, and
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's going after what he give off.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's comfortable with that thing.
Yeah, because he sees the that's the bond.
Yeah.
Is that we both
like drama.
Yeah.
Oh, we both like this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing that's positive.
Yeah.
It's just that we just gonna keep going back and forth, and that's how we show our appreciation for one another. Like,
that's real. Because I'm gonna tell you something too. Because some of the guys who haven't dated a lot of women can be fooled by that fake energy. See, because it's like people wear a mask for the first part of a relationship anyway. I don't care if you want to admit it. Really doesn't matter. But people wear a mask until they feel comfortable enough to let you know who they really are. So you may fall in love with the mask, but then you come home one day and the mask is on the dresser, and you're standing in front of a totally different person. See, that's why I say the energy. We don't start from the beginning right. You know what I'm saying? When we find in the girl, we don't find them right. Like we're in too much of a hurry. It's almost like, check it out. It's like giving the person a test. Say you're a teacher, and you give out a test, and the student only gets 3 out of 20 right,
Right.
but you pass them.
Instead of making
See what
them
I'm
do the
saying?
work.
Yeah, because of which 3 questions they got right, you pass them. See, a lot of times we do that when we meet women. It's like, you know what? Oh, I can fix that. Oh yeah, we can work
Nah,
on
man,
that.
you
You know what I'm saying? You see what I mean?
You can't fix bad shit crazy. I'm trying to tell you that now, but you might well go and leave that alone. You know what I mean? And chalk that one up. That's a loss. You know, and
Men get
but
punished.
the thing about it is, it's just like what you said. We in a rush. So let's just think about it as young men coming up, right? This middle school, high school years, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you heard that everybody was doing it,
Right.
right? So you in a rush to do it too.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Don't even know what actually
Doing it.
pleases a female. You just want to do it
Right.
because everybody else doing it. You get what I'm saying? That's what we're screwing up at. Because that becomes your only connection to the female.
Right.
It ain't on no other plane.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We ain't talking about books, smarts. Let's check out a museum or anything.
Right.
But I just need to know what it feel like when I'm with you.
So with what you just said, men often deny the emotional attachment from sex. Because men always throw it on the woman, saying that the women become emotionally attached.
Oh, shh. Well,
First of all,
I done seen some dudes wild out emotion.
Do you hear me?
If he think,
But you wouldn't be spending your money. You wouldn't be doing. You wouldn't be. Man, you wouldn't be at work thinking what you gonna do this evening.
Right.
And how you gonna get her to the house?
Right.
Stop that, man. Man, see, I'm talking about this. See, this whole episode is to stop men from fronting. If you're gonna commit. If you're not, stay by yourself. But the thing about it is, know which one you on and stop leading people on. Stop playing with people. I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why I say that, we have a whole entire police force for relationships only. Anytime you have a domestic violence task force, niggas, it's some bad decisions being made in the households. It's some bad decisions being made in the club. It's some bad decisions being made as far as relationships.
I think that
period.
though,
You know what I'm saying?
that's just. I think even with that though, it's
look at it.
It's.
Well, we killing it.
No,
you know what I'm saying? We're doing some wild stuff.
Okay, even at that rate,
we out of order.
It's by choice though, dog.
Yeah, definitely.
You get what I'm saying? It's by choice. You don't have to. Your correction with a female don't mean you have to put your hands on.
Right.
You can be like, you know what? If that's the rate you want to go or whatever, I ain't gotta fight you. Best for me to leave and do better. And that's the problem. Ain't nobody taking that option. It's like, how you gonna beat somebody into loving you?
Yeah,
They're not.
But see, choices come from training.
But
It's not, a lot of times it's what you saw. A lot of times.
Okay, but even at that rate, I know I seen kids that was brought up in that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Some of them change, some of them.
Exactly. So it's like it's at the same rate though. It's a choice.
Oh, it's always yours at the end.
You get what I'm saying? So you gotta say, okay, is it worth me to put my hands on somebody and risk going to jail? And sometimes even maybe losing your life because they come back.
Right.
If it's in the middle and you in the heat, they, you know what I'm saying? They can put one in you. Yeah. All over what? Because you were trying to change actions within them that they didn't want to change.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really about slowing it all down, figuring out who you got with you.
Right.
And sometimes it's okay to test the relationship. Test it like this. Tell them you broke. See what the reaction is.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? It's just gonna be you broke or we broke.
Yeah.
and then you know how to move.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You might have a pocket full of money.
Yeah.
You understand? Or say, you know, we can't go on this trip right now. Just see how the responses you get.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because that goes too on how long y'all been together. Because like, you know what I'm saying, up front, I mean 70% superficial. So like until you establish something, some type of agreement, you know what I mean?
Right.
Some type of commitment that you got
Right.
going that would say that your opinion even means anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because when you first meet somebody, your opinion don't mean nothing to them, or you know what I'm saying? They may not have even thought that far.
Right.
As far as what you gonna be to them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, I
But
get
see,
what
that's the
you're
whole
saying.
thing.
That's that's a good tester.
But it's the whole thing though. Everybody get more into
It takes time.
assumptions than reality.
Right.
Hey man, sit down and talk this thing out. If we just cut buddies, we just cut buddies.
Right.
You get your stuff going back to your crib.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if we in a relationship, then that's what it need to not only look like, it need to feel like.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? But you can't be. This is what I always say, and I tell anybody this: take your people, go with your people to a cookout with their side of the family,
Mm-hmm.
and then take that person with you to a cookout with your side of the family.
Okay.
Now, if they all joyous and having a good time with their people, but then get quiet with yours, cut them loose.
Yeah.
Cut them loose. They in situationships. This suits me better because I'm with my people. They get over here and then want to sit like this and all this. They don't want to say nothing and all that. Because they're gonna want to change your energy when you in different settings.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that ain't gonna work for you,
So
especially if
basically
you
pay attention.
right. So if you are an outgoing person, they want you to be outgoing with their people.
Right. But now.
But when you with yours,
Yeah.
oh man, I ain't gonna,
Yeah.
nah,
Insecurity and the unknown.
But that right there is the absolute devil. Insecure, because you can't do nothing with an insecure person.
Gotcha.
And see, when we say insecurity, most people think the female.
Yeah, that's true.
It is not. There's some insecure dudes out there too.
That's a lot. I mean, but see, that's the thing. We just use different words.
But it's like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, look at here. I ain't no,
Because it's a pride thing, man.
I ain't no philosopher. I done been, like I tell anybody, I done been in good relationships, bad relationships. I've been cheated on, and I've been cheated. That's just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just a common sense thing, dude. And I know we keep saying, common sense ain't so common, but you really just have to vet who you with.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? It's no different than you vetting, your so-called friends.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really vet people, because everybody, especially when you look at now with everything, social media wise, you could be a totally different person on a platform
Mm-hmm.
than you are face to face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
right on.
and you gotta feel like where that evens out at.
Right.
And I don't think none of us are gonna be perfect in it, especially if we're using social media platforms. So that's why I say, even with myself, I slowed mine down to, if it's for my business, throw it out there. If it's for what we doing here, you throw it out there. If it's something that we doing to give back to people, you put it out there. But everything else, especially when it comes to your relationships and stuff, you kind of have to, that ain't nothing to post.
Well, yeah, I don't put anything on it.
You know what I mean? That's just, it's not
It's not a
post.
reason to.
And I think a lot of people have learned, because when you look at it from when the Blue Dot, which is Facebook, first got started, nobody really knew how to use it. You get what I'm saying? And then it kind of evolved into where
It was
when
for
it kept-
reunions.
Yeah,
Class reunions and stuff.
Then it kept asking you what's on your mind, and
Oh,
people,
yeah.
that is the part that probably, got a lot of stuff started because people were venting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were venting because in the long range thing, nobody just had anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
Because everybody was so consumed with getting somebody else's business and then putting it out there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They just, oh yeah, tell me, talk to me, and then they're gonna make a post about it. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna make a status about it, or they're gonna talk subliminally about that same thing that somebody just trusted them with. You get what I'm saying? So people just started venting, and like I say, I think the older we all got with it, there's just certain things just cut out. And
Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that I would hate to be in the dating pool now.
Yeah, I told the single guy that in the barbershop the other day.
I was like, dude.
I said, well, I feel sorry for y'all was dating, boy. Daggone shame.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know if you getting a man or a woman, and then, hey,
right.
Shit crazy right now. You feel me? Like, they losing right now.
It's funny because
it's crazy.
It's been probably about a year ago. Me was tripping. She was like, well, if something ever happened to me, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be by yourself. I said, the hell if I ain't.
Oh, I ain't.
Yeah.
I told mine.
I
got one marriage in me.
I'm gonna call the kids and tell them to make sure you get, you got somebody you going out. No, I don't need all that. I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be all right. We just different. And like I say, it's an internal thing for me. It's just like yesterday when we was talking about, the parent thing, and I'm looking at guys that I know that's got some of the most beautiful, smart children in the world, and they have no connection with them. I'm like, that is internal. That your dad gene got to kick in somewhere, and some of them just don't have it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it go with some of the moms too. They just don't have it. So it's not. Like I say, it's.
See, with that, right? I think at one point in life, it's there, but it's like a plant. If you don't water it and don't take care of that soil, your daddy gene will die off. You see what I'm saying? So basically saying, if you don't have your mindset to where no matter what happens with this woman, I'm going to be in my daughter's life, my son's life, this, that, and other. If that mentality don't kick in, it dies.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of guys get, that's where the selfishness kills it. Because the selfishness is what makes it die. It's like, nah, that's going to cut off from what I do. That's going to take away from what I usually get to do. And this, that, and the other. So it's like the selfishness overrides your good decision making. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you just still want to do your thing. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. And that's the
cuts
part
that daddy gene off.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
When you get children, I don't care which side you on. When you get children, there ain't no more you.
Right. You just divided yourself.
Exactly. And if
you think about it that way.
Yeah, and if you don't put them to the forefront, it will show over time.
It will. It will.
So I ain't gonna get off your subject though. But
I mean, actually, we're still on there because all of this stuff is the stuff that's not talked about when you meet the woman. See, we don't talk about how people feel about raising kids, different ideas on that stuff. You trying to figure out her work schedule so you can see her enough. Anyway, these dudes, cut it out, fellas. You know what I'm saying? We got to dig deeper into our women before we expect more out of them. You see what I'm saying? You're in like just like us being in a barren area with a bunch of rock, but we looking for gold. But we never researched whether there was even a site of gold in this area to begin with. But we're going expecting what we haven't researched to find. You see what I'm saying? So you're blindly going after these people. We blindly go into relationships, man. It's like some of us, now not all of us, because some of us do take that time and they, either call you sentimental, soft, or
simp, you a lame,
smooth man. You know what I'm saying? I think you slick if you sit back and try to figure them out.
How do you what would make anybody sit back and call somebody a lame for try to understand the woman that they're with, or vice versa, or when you actually take the time to try your best to cater to the person that you're with. How does that make you lame? To me, a lame is a person on either side of this that wants to who wants to bring out the love and emotion of a person, but not fully intending to love them. You just gonna get what you gonna get. To me, that's the lame shit. To be honest with you,
depending on her surroundings.
no. But what I'm saying is,
Because she gonna appreciate
your
what she
intention is,
respects.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Your intention is, oh, I want the best coming out of her, but I ain't willing to give her the best.
Yeah,
That's lame shit to me.
yeah,
That's just the way I see it.
yeah. It's
And,
exactly
everybody gonna look at it different, but when okay, you meet your wife, but when you together, you know what I'm saying, you dating or courting or doing whatever you're doing, my time shouldn't be wrapped up with my boys. I'm trying to figure out how I can build something with this woman here. And if cats look at you be like, oh man, you lame, but you always going out with your girl, you man, you call me the lamest motherfucker in the world. I wouldn't care nothing about none of that. It ain't gonna make no sense.
Yeah.
You need to go find you somebody. But my focus is here.
Yeah.
And I think some people just it's too easy in this time to just label somebody something. I'm too old for it. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to do none of these youngsters, you know how they go about it. So, but I don't know, man. It's crazy.
So it's okay. So now, let's dive into this one little thing here. So things have to fit a certain way in our lives for us to function as men. And just to touch on that a little second, things have to fit a certain way in our life for us to function. Meaning, men don't like change, and that's one of our issues in establishing relationships, because what you show us from the doorway is what we're gonna expect all the way through, and we don't respect the evolution of people. Everyone evolves, everyone changes as we grow and get older, but a lot of men don't really want to accept that from the girl. But even though we're changing and they're seeing it and having to deal with it, we don't want them to change. You see what I'm saying? Because we're used to what they've been giving us. So it's like that's one of the areas I noticed that we kind of struggle in as men, just as being set in our ways on a lot of things.
But and going back to that, that's part of not just learning who you're with, but I think just learning how women evolve. Period. And the things that they have to go through. They they are the bearers of life. That's something that we can't do. And with that comes a lot of things behind it. That they body changes. They hormones change. So it changes that blend up here to where, you ain't understanding why one day she can be perfectly happy and then the next second she crying uncontrollably. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't take that time to find out why, you're gonna, just like you say, that change, you're gonna look at that like,
you don't like that?
Yeah, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because you really haven't tried to learn.
I'm not used to having talked to you about this.
Right, you haven't learned. You haven't learned not only your lady. You got to learn women in general. Like it's okay to pick up a book about them, or read an article about them, or listen when they talk to each other. It's all right. That ain't that ain't being nosy. It's just it's gonna be certain things that they're gonna be comfortable talking about to each other, and we just don't understand. So it's okay to be, knowledgeable, because they're gonna do the same thing with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's.
Oh yeah, they communicate.
They communicate. We don't.
We sit on. The
We
outside.
start talking about.
We swear.
If two guys start thinking about what's going on with, or how females do, them two guys probably gonna be looking at each other crazy. Like, why would you even be concerned with that? You need to be concerned with that.
Right. You put your
Especially if
life
it's
in.
somebody you go home to every day and
Right.
you can't understand. Like you say, one day be happy go lucky, smiling. Next day you know might be bundled up in the closet crying.
Right.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
And some days you can start all of that simply by asking them how their day went. You had a good day? She's going to say, yeah, it was great. Or she's going to be like, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you just have to sit down and listen.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing. It takes a few minutes of your time. It may take an hour for her to explain it. So what? You tell me what's more important. Me listening to the lady or the woman that's in my life that helped me raise my children. Or what I need to hear down from the sports ball.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That sports ball, it'll be there. But your family is always changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just...
But it's priorities.
It's priorities.
It goes to priorities.
It goes to priorities.
Personal priorities at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't never know what you're actually going to get from a person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just depending on their mindset and how they're able to think and receive things and put things together and put things in places that they need to be. Some people take that time, like you say. Some people take those few minutes. Some people be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll be back. Let me know when you finish cooking. But you know what I'm saying? Some people just slide that moment as if it's going to be okay anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and sometimes it's not.
And it just, over a period of time, it doesn't. Because
Right.
that's why stuff changes. Like, so that's another part. Men have been equated to money for so long. This is the question I've had for a while now, especially recently. You can't look for a man with money and then not have money in the equation of your commitment. So you're going to be committing to the money because you searched for the money. Okay? It's a difference in a man that's stable in his finances and a woman that is not looking for the finances he has to support her life, but the fact of stability is, look, even if I have to quit doing what I'm doing, we can be okay. There's a big difference. And I think they call it chasing the bag. I believe they call it now. When you pursue a person for money, it's just like a dude going after a chick because she got money. Okay, what happens when she doesn't have that money? Or what happens if
your level of commitment changes?
You see what I'm
Most
saying?
likely.
So you've equated your commitment to the money.
Right.
And you have those type of situations
They not gonna turn out.
right. But see that happens more now because everyone thinks success means so much. But you got a lot of successful serial killers and successful murderers and successful cheaters and backstabbers. And you got a lot of successful people that'll smile in your face, stab you in the back, cut your throat, whatever the case may be. You got a lot of people that are successful that will poison the hell out you and leave you in somewhere dead, stinking. Point about it is what I'm saying. Just because a person looks good in their money don't mean they're good in their mind. We've got to change that. Both men and women.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because that's how rich people, that's how they get everybody.
Success is defined in multiple different ways.
You know
and on top of that, what you got to understand in the end, that is the devil blesses his people too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It can look like, boy, they got it going on.
That's how he recruit.
Yeah, they got it going on. Nah, not necessarily.
That's how he recruited
you about to
people.
find out.
Right.
But
like they said on life,
you'll
know before I know.
I know that's right. But the thing about it is, like I say, man, you gotta really understand, who you dealing with. Because if you if you meet on either side of this, male, female, high, going back, whichever one with the money, when that person gets into that relationship with them, in a sense, the one whoever holding the door got the control.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've seen it, and I know of two couples that I've seen over the years, and I've talked to the male because his wife makes more money, and he simply says it like this: I know how she likes to keep our house and our cars and us going on vacation and da 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 da. I've done what I needed to do, so whatever she wants to do is what I'll do to keep this going. And I got to thinking to myself, like, okay, what if she just lost her job tomorrow?
He worked for her.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and being
you
like,
employed instead of in a relationship. You employed.
Right. So if she in my mind, I'm thinking like if she just decided to quit, got fired or got let go because the business wasn't going good, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
But what kind of mentality? I ain't gonna do it. I'm sorry. I don't care how much money. My wife could be a multi-billionaire tomorrow. My ass gonna find something to do because it can all change, man, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then you just stuck looking crazy with all kind of responsibilities and no way to get anything done.
Yeah. And
If I had to roll out the grill and cook if I'm flipping chicken and fish, we're gonna keep the lights on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you need that though. You need self-fulfillment too. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Self-fulfillment is important. That's why a lot of times when you have stay-at-home wives or stay-at-home husbands, they become the biggest nuisance to you in your life because they need something to focus on themselves. They need something to fulfill them because fulfilling themselves through you is only a part-time fix. You know what I'm saying? And like eventually they're gonna start nitpicking on every little thing, and it's gonna get on your nerves because you like, look, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to make this money. What is wrong with you? I mean, you have everything you need. What's your problem? So those small things that they're not getting is really self-fulfillment. And when you're able to be fulfilled from your inside, then you're a more productive person around your spouse or significant other. But like when it's a one-sided thing, like you're talking about some joker that controls everything, well, you work for them. You're in like basically a corporate relationship at the house.
You're an employee.
Yeah, and you can get a pink slip. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it.
Right.
You don't control nothing. You can get a pink slip. So like that's why I was saying like we kind of got to stop allowing money to basically take the Western mindset out of your relationship. Understand what stability is versus money.
Well, and what
you know what I'm saying?
And then the thing about it is, if you really knew how much they printed every day, it wouldn't impress you no way. You know what I mean? I just being honest. I mean, they do this by the truckload every single day. Like, you can stack as much as you want to. It means nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, it doesn't. The best thing you could do is take care of the money that you do have to live the life that you want to live.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple.
Yeah.
That's with or without anybody. But I'm not gonna allow money to be the controlling factor in what I got going on. If that's the case, we really ain't got that.
You might well go ahead and leave.
You might as well.
It's gonna end bad.
It's
a lot of feelings get wrapped up in that money, man. A lot of feelings.
Yeah, and that money, that money, it come up short.
Hey,
you gonna be looking at them funny.
Heads rolled in.
Can't look a little strange.
And see, it's like, so we don't connect with the woman mentally. That's the very first thing we should do, men. Instead of getting the draws, player.
They got the draws.
You themselves. Talking about they on the timing. Got the draws down. But instead of getting that, what we need to get is, I can't wait to see him. We need to get the mentality of the woman connected first. It's just like you don't move in a house if ain't no power on in there. You know what I'm saying? Or ain't no water on in there, because you get all your stuff in there, you can't wash your butt, can't see nothing. You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
You know what I mean? So you don't do it backwards. You get the mentality of the woman. You get the woman needing you in her day first. She needs to know about you in her daily routine. That's a very, very important thing, because guess what? You don't have to feel insignificant. You don't have to chase her. None of that. If you become a part of her daily routine. And that's just her mind's routine, not her actions, not running around here, this, that, and the other. No, it's just the fact that she may wake up and be like, I hope he's having a good morning. I'm gonna holler at him around lunchtime when I go on break or something, or I might call him later on this evening or something. You know what I'm saying? But you made it to the mindset, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't care enough about that. Okay, so let's do this right here.
What's up?
How do you think it would turn out if we pursue our emotions? Where even when people think you're soft, when you pursue your emotions, how effective do you think that is in the long run of a relationship?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to communicate what's going on with you, because here's what happens if you don't. One, you don't think the other person cares,
Mm-hmm.
which is gonna make you just be closed off,
Mm-hmm.
and then the whole time it's building up inside of you,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it go, it's gonna be an atomic bomb.
Right.
It's gonna be so ugly that it may take years for it to repair, and then sometimes it don't get repaired at all.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you can't, if the person that you're communicating with, one, if they take everything as an argument and not a discussion, that's something that's gonna definitely have to be fixed. Two, if you have trouble communicating with them, write them a letter. The letter thing, it sounds corny, but they gotta read it
Mm-hmm.
before they can even come back to you. But for your personal, I need to get it out type thing, what helped me was a simple $5 journal from Walmart. And I just get in there and just put it on paper like people write raps. That's what I'm
Right.
I'm writing. Da, 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 just what I'm feeling. And that helps to alleviate what you got here. Because you got it here.
Okay.
Okay? So now I done got it off my chest. Now, from there you can figure out, is this something that I need to communicate to this person? And especially if they are a receptive person,
Mm-hmm.
like you done went to them with things and it's been like, okay, or you just say, I need to talk to you later.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if they remind you that you did say you wanted to talk later, then they tune in
Mm-hmm.
about what's going on with you.
They felt it was important enough.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now you pretty much got somebody that's tuned into you, gon' listen,
Mm-hmm.
and not gonna take it as an argument.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or because most times it may not even have anything to do with y'all two going back and forth. It's just something that you feel.
Yeah.
It may be something about one of the kids, or it may be about your work situation. You know what I mean?
Other stuff come to the table.
Yeah, it ain't just everything ain't y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Real statement.
if that person is, especially like I say, tuned in enough to come back to you and be like, hey man, I know you said you wanted to talk. It's just a good time, and then y'all sit down and get it squared away. Then you start to build that rapport with that person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you do all of that before you go. You learn those parameters, on the outside before you get deeper and deeper into a relationship.
Right.
Because like I tell anybody, I was a great listener and a horrible communicator when I first met my wife. You know, I had to evolve, you know, to getting out of just listening, you know, listening to respond and not listening to understand. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that changed that up, you know, and I think it made me just a better all around person because I can take it on, you know, take this, you know, conversations and stuff from anybody.
Right.
And yeah, most definitely.
Okay. And that's strong because I'm trying to figure the balance. If you tie into your emotions, you're soft. If you don't care. So it's like
Oh, it's balanced.
you know what I mean? You have to find that line to where you're not too invested in your emotions because it'll cloud your judgment, but you are in tune enough so that you know how you affect each other.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we find that area right there, I think we can grow. So the next part of this is allow us to be detailed and specific on how we need to be loved and treated. Now, this is a tough conversation to have because a lot of times people don't want to be told how to control their romance. Some people feel as if they are the romance guru and you can't tell me nothing about this thing. And so when a person is saying, I need to be loved this way, it wasn't a multiple choice question or answer.
Right.
All I needed you to do was hear me where I brought it to. Okay, so I'm telling you I need it here. Don't mention anywhere else. Just work on getting here and maybe even ask me why I feel like I need to be here in this place, this level, this moment, this spot. Why does this area in my life need so much attention? Instead of saying what you want to do versus what I'm asking you to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a heavy conversation.
Heavy conversation.
You can bring the gloves out, honestly.
Right.
You go ahead and get the gloves out the garage.
You know
it's
what?
going
Though?
down.
And it can all be solved with realizing that you could be the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to be the problem.
No, they don't.
At all. It don't matter who you
Wasn't
are.
my fault.
No, yeah.
I did my part.
I hate this.
Yeah, but then you know what? That part changes over the years.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's no more doing your part. You might have to pick up a part.
Do you hear me?
That's just being honest.
Yeah.
And that's like I say, nobody wants to be wrong.
Right.
You know, nobody wants to.
That's tough.
Life, hard as it is, with just yourself. So if somebody come along to you with something that might not go in your favor, and that's one more thing you got to add to it, you will tend to look down on yourself if you don't take the time to look at the possibilities of what they're saying. You get what I'm saying? Is what I'm doing or not doing that part that's missing.
Right.
So
I did.
you gotta look at you. It's just like we were talking about yesterday, man in the mirror. You gotta look at you. If I can say honestly that I haven't been spending as much time, you know, just being around the house or going, you know, having date night, all that kind of thing, then you got the ability to straighten that up.
Right. Right.
Now, if you don't want to do that, you got to live with what come with it.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know, and like I say, it do go back to that world of balance because it's a lot, and I know they say a woman's work is never done, but I swear it never stops for us either, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, this world is a monster,
Right.
and no matter what goes on in your house, if you are a married couple or you guys are together, long term relationship, whatever. If something goes on in that house, whether the water get cut off, lights get cut off, house get foreclosed, the first reaction is to come back to the man. What were you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That in itself is a pressure like nobody has known. And until you in that spot, you not gonna know what it feel like.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I've been there. I know other guys that have been there. They have. We talked to each other and brought ourselves out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a real storm there, man.
It's a real live storm. And don't interject children, all of that. You got to be the disciplinarian. You got to be, and that's just in your house. They ain't talking about when you go to work, what you got to deal with there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot. And for the most part, especially with all the guys that, I know I either came up with, I work with, all them cats handle it with grace. They keep it pushing. We talk, so we got something we need to work out amongst us. We talk, boom, keep it pushing. Me and you, we talk, bam.
Yes,
me and Jimmy Bonaparte, we talk, down the road we go. You get what I'm saying? It ain't no, I'm gonna look at you as less than a man because you come to me with something serious. Hell, I'm gonna come to you with something serious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's gonna be, and you're gonna be like, dude, okay, well, maybe we need to do this, or it just be sometimes you just gotta, you gotta listen, and that because that's the reason why women outlive us, dog. They talk.
Yeah, they get that stuff.
They get they stuff. They gotta get in the
get it
group.
off.
Have a wait and exhale party.
Shoot, go to the cabin or something.
Yeah, they get that done.
Pack up, baby. We out.
We out. But you know what? But amongst us, we can solve a lot of shit by just going fishing.
Yeah.
Just
It
get out
don't
on
take
the
much
lake.
for us.
It don't take much.
just takes
but
a
that's the
change
reason
of
why they
environment.
outlive us.
Yeah.
Because they talk. They talk amongst themselves. When they go to the doctor, they ask questions. They do everything to have a long and joyous life.
Yeah.
Even though they working just as hard as we are. You get what I'm saying? We think grinding and not getting no sleep and I'm up, out here doing this thing. Nah, nigga, you killing yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Trust me.
Right.
I done been there. You be like, dude, you can't even function. You at the red light sleep.
But that's pride.
That's ego.
That pride goes into that, man. Like it builds up a line of stupidity that we don't get. We don't get past.
Big time.
So when you get a chance to say what you need from that relationship,
Right.
then at that point it's up to you to perform up to par and better because you have everything you need from that person. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times, men, that's why you can see I see some dudes have real strong, real good women, but they all over the place. And I'm like, dude, you got what cats are killed for. What you doing? Like, you have it at the house. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say once you get from her what you need, sit your ass down and be that dude you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, all the other stuff, that's ego. It gets into pride. That all that is do you still got it? Nigga, it doesn't matter if you have it anymore because you gave it away. So, you know what I mean? That's why I said these thoughts are for the brothers that care. You know what I'm saying? Not the ones that just want to hit something. You know what I mean? It's like we have to learn right here that we are getting our families back. Black men have been slowly removed from the households since the 50s, 40s, on up, 30s, 20s. I mean, you can go back as far as you want to in history, but we'll be able to notate from the 50s on out because we're more familiar with the child support, the different things, the government assistance that don't allow the men to be in the houses and stuff. So before we get to that level to where we're in their workshop and they can do whatever they want to do to us, let's start from the approach of the woman before you even establish a family. Remember what can happen from one night. See, one night we could become lifetime family in one night. I might not have known you but 45 minutes. If our sexual tension is high enough, that night may be the night that we do something. And that night may bring a life into the world. Understanding you just made a bond with the unknown. She did and you did. So now you're going to have to hope that your pieces fall in the right areas. You're going to have to hope that there's not mental health issues on that side of her family. You're going to have to hope that there aren't a bunch of deficiencies in her body that would not allow her to have a healthy child. You're going to have to hope all these things because you did everything at the same time instead of meeting her, learning her, then finding out whether you want to be with her. You see what I'm saying? So men, our commitment is based on functioning steps, basics. See, we can play all this play and all this stuff we want to, but in all actuality, every player gathered a group of women to form one. One woman was for finances, one woman was for her body, one woman was for her attitude, one woman was, I'm going to run it down for you players, I ain't mean to tell on you, but you're getting 3 or 4 girls or women, who, however you want to classify them, to form the ideals of one. See, it takes work to find that one, but it's easy to find one that, one here, one there. Right, one there, one there. Okay, get a freak for this. Okay, I know I can get a meal over there at her house. Okay, well, over here she's helping me with my finances. Over here I'm here. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're doing all of that, and a lot of the times the other person is thinking we're all in. Okay, because we're not up front when we just trying to hit something, because we tell them whatever they want to hear. So, with us telling them whatever they want to hear, we're not up front, we're not building anything, but they may be. See, they may be all in to you because they see everything they need. But you may only see one thing in them. So when we don't, that's what the mentality thing is so important. That's why you have to go and seek after her mentality to see if she has the mentality to maintain you and hold your shit, because you come with some shit. Me and we just have to be honest. We're not easy to get along with. So with us being difficult creatures as well, shit, we got to find out if she can handle us. Can you deal with me? Because it doesn't matter if I can deal with you if you ready to go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I can put up with the small stuff, but every little thing bothers the hell out of you. No, it doesn't matter. So it's like, can you deal with what I bring to the table? Then we see whether or not we can work something out. So it's like, that was one of the things that jumped out for this conversation, is just to help men understand we need to do more. You don't just go get a car and you don't know shit about it. You know whether it's been wrecked. You know all kind of stuff. You don't know nothing about her past. But you know if it's got a new motor, if how many times transmission been changed, or how many sets of tires, whether you know what I'm saying, whether the AC work, you know what I mean? Has this frame been put on here, you know what I'm saying? Or was this the factory frame, whatever? So, I mean, we know so much about a car or whatever thing. For me, it would be Clippers. But, you know what I'm saying, we don't learn that about our women. But we wonder why we can't understand them when things go wrong. You gotta learn to go under the hood. Got to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't want to.
Yeah, and understand that.
But you gotta take that time.
That hood does not mean the fupa. Okay?
Right.
Don't get it twisted when you say the hood.
Right.
Okay. It's about getting up here.
The engine is the mind of the car.
You know what I'm saying? Because
the mind of the car.
Because I'm trying to tell
not
you,
get
man,
behind the car.
Don't trust big button smile.
I mean, you know, it's nice if you can get a big button intelligence. That's great.
Boy, that's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you winning, but just like I say, we got to change our blueprint, man. Because like, we're basically out here. I'm gonna tell you something that got me to looking and thinking. When the strip club turned into a dating site, that's when I knew we were dead flies smashed. Dead flies smashed. Not saying anything. There are some great strippers out here. I'm not saying that. Some of them just do that as a job. True. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. That's not the area for it. If you see him at the grocery store or something, that's different. But God, dog, you in a spot when you know it's going down wrong, but you trying to get righteousness out of it. You can't do that. Go there, have fun, go home. If you see him somewhere, you see him somewhere. This thing, men try to justify everything. We do. We try to justify everything just to keep our nose clean in our own mind. We got to get out of that, though. We got to grow away from that, man. Like, there has to be a time and a point to where we understand. You know what? Boy, I messed that up.
Yeah.
I messed that up. But it shouldn't be when we're by ourselves, looking pitiful as hell, trying to drink, smoke, whatever we're doing.
To erase it all.
Yeah. But we don't say it until then. We should have said it to the person we did it to. They're like, just really swallow your pride. Girl, you know what? I really, you know what, sweetheart? I really tore this whole entire moment up. Let me let you know why. You know what I'm saying? We don't open up enough because I think we don't handle hurt as well as women do. We don't handle emotions as well as women do. We get told that if a woman really gets close to a man, inside his skin to where he can't function without her, and they break apart. Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was in 1994. No, 95. It was 1995, and this chick broke up with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Told me off bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm talking about, like, Brian McKnight came on and I be ready to fight. You feel me? I was upset.
Niggas said Brian McKnight.
I was upset. You know what I mean? Like, man, turn that shit off, man. That used to be our song. Turn that shit off, man. I don't play that no more. Hey, and it's the radio. He ain't controlling it. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? You know, back in the 90s, we listened to the radio.
What?
But it came on the radio, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it was like, man, you can turn that down, man. Change channel 1. Change channel 1, do something. I ain't trying to listen to it. Hey, he looking at me like, what's wrong with you? That's the radio. Ain't nobody paying attention. No one's paying attention to it but you. You know what I'm saying? But it was the fact of the hurt that was connected to that song because it reminded me of her. And it was, you see what I'm saying? And I couldn't do anything about what we used to have that's gone. You see what I'm saying? So men, a lot of times, boy, we struggle dealing with our emotional side because this world wants us to be so hard. And
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? Stonewall Johnson.
Yeah.
They want us to be so hard.
And that's the reason why we died.
Right.
That's
Trying
the
to be
reason why
hard.
we died.
We're on the front line, stressed out.
All this, you know what it
Stressed
takes to
out.
do this all the time? Man,
Flexed out.
your heart said,
Right. Since you won't just sit down.
right.
I'm going to sit down.
Listen,
You know what I'm
man. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
You talk about, man, the heartbreak. I don't even think you get in the, you consider yourself a real man unless you done been through at least 2 of them.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
You know what I mean?
You gotta have it.
And females can break you. They can make you feel like, boy, when they cut with a tongue, ain't even the same if a dude tried to drag you, but a female drag you,
Yeah.
boy, that
It mean more.
yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
But so sharp with that tongue,
They
man,
cut deep,
will
huh?
cut you.
They
Hey,
cut
you be
deep.
like, hold on.
You be like, woo. Boy, if you was a
Well,
foot taller, boy, about
look at what I say,
50
man.
pounds heavier, boy, I'll put something on you. Boy. Hey.
But it's the truth, man. So the thing about it is, I just think we just got to get back to just being, get away from the filters of life, because you probably on so many filters that nobody realizes. You don't even realize who you are anymore. Just, man, look here, be that. I'm the same cat, on and off.
Yeah.
Just be that to yourself.
That's true.
There's nobody. Ain't no future in your front, like Bree say. You know what I mean? Just
Practice
just
being
be
the same
you.
person. Yeah.
Just be you. And look, if they can't get on with you, tell them to keep it moving.
What Bernie say on House Party 3? If people don't like you for who you are, flop them. Flop them against the wall with handcuffs on and crazy glue on their lips. That's all you do.
That's all you do.
Where's the live by, son?
Where's the live by? Straight from Bernie.
Hey,
But it's the truth.
but I mean, he's
Man,
telling the truth.
but the whole thing about it is
We'll kill ourselves for what other people think.
shit.
Not I, but you know.
No. I ain't gonna
Love
do
me
it.
or leave me.
Boy, I ain't care what nobody
Real.
thought about me since I was 9.
For real. I think mine came when I was about 13. It was the middle school thing. Because they used to try to pick at me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was quiet at one point in time. And
Wow.
oh yeah, it was crazy. Yo, I
You?
used to say nothing. I'm
Quiet?
tell you, when I say the quietest person, I'm talking about the quietest person in my class, the quietest person amongst my cousins. I promise you, I used to be quiet, like real quiet. You know what brought me out of it? They started talking shit to me. And when they wouldn't stop,
I know you came back with relentless.
I opened up.
Right.
I opened up and started giving folk that work. That everything you had to say to me, I'm pop, 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 pop. I'm coming with it. You know what I'm saying? Quick.
Quick.
But it was like I enjoyed being in the back, not having to say anything.
Man, what?
You know what I'm saying?
I
Letting
enjoy-
everybody
I
else
enjoy it
get
to
the rah
this-
rah and all
Yeah,
that.
I enjoy it to this day.
You
You
know?
know what I mean? I like playing the background. I don't need to be up front. Man,
Nah, I play any position now.
Man, I'm
Front, middle.
6'4", 300 pounds.
You
You
know?
can't miss me if you wanted to. I mean, I like playing the back. I don't need to be out front with nothing. That's the reason why, especially when it comes to all this, you know, like the charity stuff and stuff that I do, I be wanting to jump on something to somebody else that they playing. I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need nothing else, you know, to be out front with. I got enough, and 2, I think I function better being in the back.
Gotcha.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But at any rate,
Yeah.
at the end of it all, man, just be yourself.
Yeah.
And people either gonna gravitate to you, or they're gonna say, you know, it's not worth it for them, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing wrong with it,
Yeah.
because I think that's that list of somebody being assigned to you and attached to you,
Mm-hmm.
and they 2 different things.
2 different things.
And we'll get into that one.
Yeah.
on another
One is for a season, one is for life. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get in that on another
Yeah.
day, but
Yeah.
you know, just be you, and the right people, you know, come your way. Other than that, man, look here. You better live your life. If you realize how short it was, you be on it every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Every
my
day.
only thing. I only have one thing left to say. It's just master who you are. Master who you are.
There it is.
Learn your ins and outs, man. Just master who you are. And, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep your head up out here, man. We love y'all, man. We got y'all back out here. You know, you need help, want to talk, issues, anything.
Man,
trust me. Call,
you-
chop it up.
Man, if you just want to come by
Yeah.
and grab the fishing rods and we go fishing, sit
Yeah.
out on the lake.
Yeah, just
Man,
let us
them
know what's
game.
happening, you know?
You know what I mean? We can do it. You know,
We're
but
establishing brotherhood too. Just
Oh,
as
yeah,
well as
we-
family, so it's no different.
we getting out there.
It's no different.
Getting out there. And I think week after next, we're gonna be on the road.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be in Columbia. So that may be a good time to bring the fishing rods.
For real.
Go down to Lake Murray.
For real.
See what's going on.
That would be great.
Yeah. Might be a good time to bring them Popeyes too. Go
Yeah,
down to the range.
yeah.
Let loose.
We can do everything while we down
Yeah,
there.
let loose.
Shout out. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. The unk on the
Yeah.
joint down the
Yeah.
road. Gonna
We got-
make it lovely for us.
Yeah, we got to go see
Yeah.
let them school everybody on these new laws and gun
Yeah.
safety and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
y'all make
that
sure
we
y'all
need.
tune in, man, because y'all need this info. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what I'm
gonna be a good episode.
Yeah,
And
things are changing around here.
yeah, and we gonna have some fun with that one. So
Definitely.
all I can say is, have a great week.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind to each other. And as always, from me to you, keep it pushing, man.
Yeah. Peace.